Hello, everyone. You may know me as Gary Graves, the zombie character that loves the zombie stuff all around Roblox. But it's time that I make a change of a game. Pillar Chase 2. A game that has fallen off the deep end. The recode has been not doing well. I don't get it. It's fun, but now it's time for the big leagues to give a retake. Waffle made a retake video of Pillar Chase 2 called Pillar Chase 2.1. Mine's gonna be 2.2, because why not? This is my take on what they could do to make this game better. This game like 10 times better. So here we go. Or here's my own retake of it. Let's start with maps. Maps I wanted to make feel like the actual character maps. So feel like anything could be lurking around every freaking corner. So here's the first map that we got here called Fabled Forest, which as you can see has grass, trees, a rocky roadway, and some skulls and some symbols. Those are your tasks. Your task for this map alone is the fact that you have to grab skulls and place them on the stakes. It's to make them alive. And also to take out the symbols on the bottom of the road. So as you can see here on the bottom, you have your deer symbols, and you also have your skulls, which turn on after you place it on the stakes. You have to get rid of these symbols, and I'll talk more about the map sometime. But right now, we're going on to the next map. Next map, we got Slaughterhouse. Slaughterhouse's tasks are a lot. So this is the map, kind of. So as you can see here, you got the middle roadway. You have the conveyor belts, which will probably carry steak on it. And up here, you have the hooks with all the meat on them. Want to make this more like a tall factory, like a butcher shop. And for one of the tasks, you have to find keys to save all the pigs in this map, which would make really good task because I'm not the one to be like make Ace and Games just do generators for each and every map. I want unique ones. So you got to find a key to unlock to save pigs. This one makes the task very unique because you have to unlock this thing, which will let them run out free. Because the killer in this map is a butcher. Next up, oh sorry, I messed it up. So next up, you have the shed, aka you have your fence post, you have your railway, and you have the door. This is what probably the outside of the map looks like. So like players will walk in. On the inside, it will be like this dark brown place with the yellow lights everywhere. To make it look more like abandoned, there's like water dropping off the roof. There's like wet floor. You can see like things everywhere. The task in these things would be to save citizens and remove pictures. Citizens being Marvin, Rose, and Jeffy. And consuming those three alone, y'all might know who the killer is. I'm just saying, he's a guy, and he does bad things. Next up, we have the ink machine. You have your bendy help sign right here, the ink pipes, the giant door, and the ink pathway. Make this look like more cartoonish. Your task for these things, I guess, would be to try to fix the ink machine to make it run. And yeah, that's basically all that I could think of, except for the fact that you have to defeat searchers. Would be another task, and that'd be pretty good because that brings another perspective. Because now you got to kill and fix things, because things could be watching on every corner. Let's go on to the next image, shall we? As much as people hate Pallets in Pillage in any games other than Dead by Daylight, I feel like pallets would be a very unique thing in my opinion, because they could do different types of these things. For example, you have the classic wooden pallet, which would be for maps like Forest and Shed. And there's a lot of unique ones, like for Slaughterhouse, you can have these caution tape things, which rip when you kick it down. Or like Bendy the Egg Machine, where it's like the wooden pallet, but in the shape of Bendy's art style. This would be cool for more animation concepts and probably more oblivious things that killers could do. Like, could see animations of like killers like destroying the pallets, like with their weapons and or like their foot, their boots, so they can like stomp out it. And yeah, that's really all I have for the pallets and why they should be in here. Items. This is my take. I hate Stefano. I think we could all agree that back in the day we hate Stefano. So I thought of a new one that gives you a little defense so you can take less damage from the killers. Meet Stone Steve. Meet Stone Steve, a statue of a man. Man in a T-post filled with moss and cracks in the stone. He would give you the power to basically take more damage from killers because he gives you more defense. So like for like at least 3 or 4 seconds, you can have a nice defense that could last a while. And then once you get hit, that thing has a timer. The timer starts. And then real mayhem happens when you hit the 0 o'clock phase. Or 0 second phase. Then you basically just die. Here's another one. Since we don't have any task finders, I feel like a radar would be kind of good. It could track where all the tasks are and what to do. There's only going to be probably one around each map. I feel like this would make a great concept for basically finding items for those who are like, I can't run around. And where are the tasks at? Like, where am I supposed to go to find these tasks? So radar would be your next step phase to finding tasks quicker. Perks? Now, perks? No. Mutations. Infernal, which would make you turn to a small bit of vapor. This would give you the power of teleportation, which can make you teleport, but has a long cooldown, like 10 or 15 seconds. Like, you can, like, use your arm to fire teleport or, like a fiery dash to get across the map quicker. And you probably still might die, but might as well give it a try. Next, that's Armless. Bases one after Rosemary. Her ability would be to get a little bit of a mushroom fungus speed boost, which would really help a lot on certain occasions, like a very strong killer or something like that. So, yeah. Here's your Sentinel one, Ao Onid, to give you the Oni infection. Now, an idea for this one would be he could punch the player in the face or grab a rock and chuck it at the player to do damage. To not do damage, well, stun the killer for a couple seconds. It's like a replacement of the Doomfist or Usurper. So, yeah. Well, I talked a lot about Survivor stuff. Now we talk about the killers. So here's some killers I thought of. The Folklore, aka Wendigo, which would be the owner of the Fable Forest. Now, design I went for this one was kind of the exposed bones type Wendigo. The bones, exposed sharp claws, the exposed rib cage, all the horns and stuff and the hair. He'll have 2 moves. 1, Pounce. An ability to where you could... Actually, no, I want to talk about his passive first. His passive is a blood meter. So, like, he can do, like, 25 damage at the start of the round. He maxes up to 40. He's like Vita Mimic. Every kill you get a max up your your damage power. So that way you can do more. Kind of like Vita Mimic. His ability would be Pounce, which you could pounce out a player, kind of like Nalata Kiss, and start biting down on him. His second ability would be a Roar. So like it highlights the nearest players and makes them take at least 2 to 3 damage each second of the roar. So, and thanks to the roar, it shakes the screen. So you'll know if you get attacked or take damage when your screen starts to shake. That means you're right near the Fable and you're taking damage. Alright, next killer. The Butcher, or aka a Meat Hook, because I couldn't think of any other names. You got the Pig Head, you got the Butcher's Knife, the Cleaver, the Tenderizer, all the blood on him. You'll have a passive that's like either a every maybe 5 or 4 seconds or like 10. He could sniff. He sniffs once and then the closest players will get highlighted. Kind of like how EXE used to work back in like pre-code or like recode and stuff. He's more of the ambusher type killer. His first ability would be Hook Transport, which you can use Butcher's hooks to transport him to other places. Kind of like the thing that I wanted to do if for paralysis when I wanted to make Specimen 11, given an ability to travel on the hooks. Another idea that I had for this character, for an ability, would be called Tenderize, which will either be a dash move or be a run at you move, kind of like John Doe from Timeless, or more of the chuck the Tenderizer to stun for 2 seconds. Now, if he were to catch you with the Tenderizer, if I wanted to go for the first option, he'll start rapidly slamming you in the face with that hammer. And it's your job to click out of it so you can get out of there faster. I'm just going to say right now, Cleaver does heavy damage. That's why I do medium or heavy damage, so it kind of works. Next up for the Shed map, as you can tell, Does Bad Things Guy, aka, or as I like to call him, the Saw, or Bloody Shed Guy, because I want to name it. He has flesh connecting to his buzzsaw blade right here, and as you can see, he has teeth, like some stitches. The place where he got shot in the head by Brooklyn guy, you can see like the red eyes and like the camera in the eye, which relates to his passive, Snapshot. Snapshot would be like the ability to take pictures to get more power, basically. More power in your swing. Or more speed. Like a speed boost for who knows how many seconds. His first ability would be the Spark Up, which is basically like, he says, get back here. I'm not sure if I'm going to say, get back here, you twat. And then, like, drag the saw on the ground with sparks before he stabs you in the chest. And then, like, saws you and then takes you off with his other hand and chucks you away. It does small damage, but it bleeds, which makes it worse to deal with. And the second move, which makes him the Trapper time, Bear Trap. He can kick down a bear trap, and basically, if you run into it, it'll clamp down to your foot, and it's your job to get out of it. And if you don't, kill time's for you. Now time to get to the final killer on the list. Bendy in the Ink Machine, aka The Project. This is a bendy take that I didn't think about doing, but I just thought about doing. Basically, his concept would be that he's connected to other parts of machinery. Like his legs part, like a machine, like you got the cog wheel there, connecting to his robot mechanical arm. You have his face would reveal that yellow eye, because I wanted to go for the more wondering is a sin type character. I don't know what his passive would be. I feel like his passive would be like when he gets more closer to you, you can basically see that little inkish thing thing warning you to be there, but it also does something. He'll be the first character with 3 abilities. His first ability would either be he spits black puddles on the ground or like shoots it out of his machine hand to slow players down. His second ability would be like kind of like the Knight from Dead by Daylight, which is kind of like summon like the Butcher Gang. Piper would be kind of slow but kind of quick, and you can knock him out because you have like a wrench on that map to destroy searchers with. Striker would be like long range where he can like see you and then like snipe shot you with a fist, which would do like at least 15. For Piper, it would be like 20 at least, or like the same amount as Striker. Fisher's slow, so when that dude hits you, it's like 30 damage. And this applies a debuff called Darkness, which would kind of like slow you down, blind you, kind of like how Inked worked. And yeah, this is in fact it for my retake of Pillar Chase 2. I'll talk about it. I'll maybe tweak some things about certain things. There will be a part 2 of this with more monsters to talk about. Like, I'm thinking about making a replacement for Dog, which is like Jolly Chimp. Gorefield, the Insatiable. Maybe Edeled from We Deleted You. Could be that one with like a matte skin and maybe like a Beef Boss or like Poofisher skin. And Hypno or Lost Silver. So yeah, there's a lot more. And also Jeffy or Jerry's going to be in there. The evil Jeffy. As I like to call him, Jephias. The Grace or the Tribulation. So expect that for part 2. I will see you later. I'm very glad I got to talk about this retake with you guys. Please send your opinions down below of stuff I could change about both the maps, the palettes, the items, the mutations instead of the perks, and like all the other killers like the Fabled, the Butcher, Meat Hook, Does Bad Things guy or Bloody Shed guy, and Bendy. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!